Good evening and welcome to One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus and ABL Baseball on Bandits.tv. Tonight, Game 2 of the season opening series between the Coran Cove Brisbane Bandits and the Adelaide Bite. With Travis Blackley, I'm Eric Bramer in the broadcast booth for a beautiful evening for baseball. Travis, we didn't have the broadcast last night, but the Bandits continued their title defense, starting the 2018-19 season with a 5-3 win. The same thing that made those teams in the past successful was on display again last night. Some early power, some clutch hitting in the middle innings, and locking it down with a great bullpen.
Yeah, it really was a great start for the guys. Obviously, stepping up there with back-to-back home runs to start the game really stamped the authority on it. And, you know, we kind of a little slow in the middle there, but when we needed to scratch a few across, we really came through the goods.
It's a familiar face and an unfamiliar role on the rubber tonight for the Bandits. Ryan Searle has started in the past, but the last few years he was the lockdown closer for the Bandits squad. How are those two roles different as someone who has both started and relieved at the major league level?
Yeah, you know, it's a definite mindset change. You know, you got to kind of keep something in the tank while you're a starter, and when you're a reliever or closer, you're coming in giving it everything you got. So, you know, definitely a difference for him this year, but he has started in the past and done well.
Aaron Whitefield leads it off for the Bite, who fell 5-3 in the opener last night. Whitefield, the right-handed hitting center fielder, takes on the inside corner a fastball for a called strike. Searle, 29 years old, in his career in the ABL, 22-20 with a 3.15 career ERA. 8th season, all of them with the Bandits, and the 0-1 pitch is up and away for a ball, 1-1. Whitefield last night, of course, a former Bandit, went 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Bite allowed 2 homers to the first 2 batters of the game in the bottom of the first, and they were playing from behind for pretty much the entire ball game. 1-1, rocketed to left center field. Campbell is over and it won't be caught. It one hops off the wall. Extra bases for Aaron Whitefield to begin the ball game. He stands at second with a double.
Yeah, just a pitch that leaked back over the middle away part of the plate. He was trying to go in right there and probably overthrew it a little bit with the ex-teammate there trying to blow him up. So, you know, 1-0 Aaron Whitefield right now.
Searle, a fastball slider guy, and that plays well when you are a reliever and you have to face guys just once. We'll see how deep Searle goes into the ball game. Again, he has started in the past. Here is Mikey Reynolds, the shortstop.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to go pretty deep. He's been pitching quite a bit with club ball and here, and he's definitely got the stamina to go the distance, so I think we'll see him go a while.
Reynolds 2 for 4 with a single and an RBI double in last night's season opener. Ball 1 misses.
Yeah, a lot of people don't quite know, you know, Searle actually has quite an extensive repertoire. He throws 5 different pitches. And some think as a closer that's just too many to have, but he's been able to have good control of all of them.
A check of Whitefield at second, the pitch to the plate. Change of speeds there, and a swinging strike moves the count to 1-1.
Yeah, that was his little cutter right there. Probably will be his go-to pitch in behind the count situations, just because he keeps it in the zone quite a long time.
After Whitefield and Reynolds, it's Stephen Welsh, Michael Geddes, Jordan McArdle, Mitchell Edwards, Angus Roger, Nicholas Schumpert, and Curtis Mead for the Bite. 1-1, hit in the air to left center field. Nielsen over into the gap. That one won't be caught. A carbon copy of Whitefield's double brings Whitefield home. Mikey Reynolds with an RBI 2-bagger, and it is very quickly 1-0 Adelaide.
Yeah, actually, quality pitch there by Ryan, and he had a great spot there down and away, but the hitter managed to go down there and get it. And you know, that's a player we haven't seen yet in this league, and we're still trying to figure that guy out. So, you know, I don't mind sitting up here seeing it from behind.
Here's Stephen Welsh, left-handed hitting third baseman, veteran of the ABL. Opportunity here for a run-scoring base hit, or at the very least a productive out. For a left-handed hitter, all you have to do is pull the ball and, at the very least, bring Reynolds to third. Called strike on the inside corner begins the at-bat. Bite led by second-year manager Chris Adamson. Very young team that didn't have a whole lot of success last year, but building blocks are in place to field a competitive squad. 0-1 is popped up behind home plate. Battaglia has room, and he makes the catch with 1 foot on the warning track.
And there's that cutter again. He really got up in on his hands there, and nothing Steph could do with that, but pop it straight up in the air.
Big first out, and it keeps Reynolds at second. Here's the cleanup batter, Michael Geddes. Geddes, property of the San Diego Padres organization, playing right field today. Last night's ball game started the season 0 for 3 with a double play and a strikeout, but atoned for that, an RBI double off of Luke Van Meel in the 9th inning. He takes on the outside corner a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Defense for the Bandits has Nielsen, Campbell, and Ellis in the outfield left to right. Shue at third, Bennett at short, Dutton at second, Sutherland at first, and Battaglia behind the plate, who just made the catch on the foul pop. 0-1 close pitch, misses the outside corner, and it's 1-1.
I think you'll look to see Surly use quite a bit of off speed here with that runner on second, less than 2 out. I think he's going to try and feel them out with a bit of soft stuff. They proved they could hit the fastball last night, so we'll see what's up with the off speed this tonight.
Bit of a shift on for Geddes, but not too much. Searle comes set, staring down Reynolds, and fakes a throw over there. Nobody covering. You know pickoffs quite well. How close do you keep an eye on someone like Reynolds, who's in scoring position, but you can't ignore him, right?
Definitely not, no, especially when the guys aren't really, obviously we need shortstop in the 6-hole for this guy up the plate right now. So it's really up to Dutton to really keep him close.
1-1 misses outside. Adelaide with back-to-back doubles from Aaron Whitefield and Mikey Reynolds to take an early 1-0 lead here in the first inning, trying to atone for last night's season-opening loss, in which they were the ones facing an early deficit. Good crowd on hand, continuing to fill in here at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. First pitch temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, wind 4 kilometers from the northeast, blowing out to right field. Dangerous count, 2-1. The pitch to Geddes. Challenge him with a fastball, and Geddes comes up empty, 2-2. That's a fastball count, and it takes some guts to throw a fastball in that location right there.
Yeah, the way the game's kind of swinging these days, the hitters at the plate like the ball down the zone. They like to get out and catch it in front of the plate, and we've seen a lot more success with pitches up in the zone. That was just the right height to get a swing. And another one he went after.
Searle delivers, and it's a check swing foul back off the screen. Bandits debuting their alternate black pinstripe uniforms tonight. You're wearing it too. You're a player, I suppose you got to wear it. It's a sharp look.
Yeah, we actually, it was a general consensus around the clubhouse was we should wear these every game. But, in previous years, whatever the hot jersey is what we've gone with. So hopefully this is a winner.
Another 2-2 coming to Michael Geddes. This is up and away, and the count runs full. First base is open. Jordan McArdle waits on deck. Searle has labored here. Of course, only 1 run on the board, but having a guy like this throw a lot of pitches early plays right into Adelaide's game plan.
Yeah, early in the season, we're not too worried about it. We're not expecting 7-8 innings out of anyone, so.
Payoff pitch is driven deep to left center field. It's back and gone. A 2-run home run for Michael Geddes, and the Bite take a 3-0 lead in the first inning.
Yeah, that looked like a 3-2 cutter or slider or something he had. It was down in the zone. As I said, they liked that one out, but it just caught too much of the plate, and could have probably gone out of the zone with that one there with the base open.
Take another look at the Suki Bowl replay.
Yep.
Not a bad location. You had to get it down, just not down
just
enough.
Too much of the center of the plate, That pitch was another few inches off the plate or to the corner of the plate. Very unlikely he hits that one like that.
Here's Jordan McArdle, left-handed hitting first baseman, property of the Arizona Diamondbacks. McArdle last night 1 for 4 with a single and a strikeout. And he hits the first pitch on the ground towards short, fielded by Bennett. Off-balance throw is on target to first, and that's out number 2. Came a pitch too late for Ryan Searle, who finds himself down 3-0.
Yeah, as a starter in this ballpark, you give up a couple early runs. You really can't take yourself out of the game and feel sorry for yourself. You know that their pitcher has to pitch in the same conditions, and powerhouse lineup like we have. Any lead is really is able to be brought back anyway. 3
extra base hits, all of them hit to roughly the same part of the ballpark. 2 against the wall in left center and 1 well over the wall. First pitch swinging is Mitchell Edwards. He sends it on the ground towards second. Dutton to Sutherland, and that's out number 3 in the top of the first inning. But the bite strike early. A pair of doubles and a 2-run homer from Michael Geddes. Adelaide up 3-0. You're watching Bandits.tv.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire?
Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits trail 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the first inning at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. With Travis Blackley, I'm Eric Bramer, and this was the bottom of the first inning last night, in which the Bandits jumped out to an early 2-0 lead. They hope for more of the same against Marcus Solbach. Solbach, an interesting story, and a former teammate of yours.
Yeah, we played together back in, I'd say, 2011-12 in the ABL with the Melbourne Aces. And Marcus was a reliever that year and was a pretty big part of that team and making it to the finals.
Bandits lineup goes as follows. Andrew Campbell leads off in center field. TJ Bennett batting second at shortstop. Be followed by Shu Chi Hung at third base. Wade Dutton, the cleanup batter, at second. Donald Lutz, the designated hitter. David Sutherland at first. Ryan Battaglia catching. Daniel Nielsen at left field, and Mitch Ellis in right. Campbell and Bennett hit back-to-back homers in the first inning of last night's ball game. Here's Andrew Campbell beginning game number 2 and taking up an in-ball 1. Solbach, in his last ABL season with the Sydney Blue Sox, was 6-3 with a 4.81 ERA. Cracked on the ground towards second. 2 hops for Meade, and the throw on to first retires Andrew Campbell very quickly for out number 1.
Yeah, expect the boys to come out swinging. They're not going to want to sit around and let Marcus do what he likes to do. They're going to try and take it to him. So, look for some early swings on those fastballs in the count in the zone.
It's a lefty-heavy start to the Brisbane lineup. Campbell, Bennett, and Shu, all left-handed hitters. Here's TJ Bennett, who was the MVP of last night's ball game. Drove in 3 with 3 hits in 5 trips to the plate. Big swing and a miss, 0-1.
Yeah, good fastball right there. He's looking like he has a nice live arm to start this game.
Solbach, a fastball, curve, and a change. Fastball anywhere between 90 and 94. Swing and a miss, and the count is quickly 0-2.
Coming right at him again. Just what you want to do when you have a nice 3-run lead to start the game. Just attack, attack, attack.
Ahead in the count, we'll see what he chooses here for the 0-2 to Bennett. Bennett fights off a pitch and sends it out of play down the left field line.
Yeah, I think with this lead, if Marcus can, stay with his fastball and not show too much of his off speed, that will definitely bode well for him later in the game.
Another 0-2 coming. And Bennett lays off a letter-high fastball. It was not caught by the catcher Edwards, and it just missed Tom West calling balls and strikes behind home plate. West flanked at third base by James Shields and at first base by the crew chief Mal Mackay. 1-2, swinging strike 3, and Bennett retired. 2 up, 2 down for Marcus Solbach. As a pitcher, this is exactly what you want to do when you are handed an early lead.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you're feeling as good as he looks like he's feeling with that fastball. You know, the more fastballs in a row you throw, the more the hitter's looking for something soft, and you can get away with a lot.
Here's Shu Chi Hung, power hitting third baseman. He takes ball 1. Hung had a monster series against Auckland in the exhibition weekend. Hitless in last night's opener, and he takes up high 2-0. Solbach from the wind. 2-0 fouled straight back. The 2-1 pitch to Shu. On the inside corner, thigh high, close pitch, and Solbach got the benefit of the doubt. That changes the at-bat quite a bit.
It does. It does. I've had Westy plenty of times, and I don't think I've ever had that one called for me. That looked in.
Shu takes low, and the count runs full. Wade Dutton waits on deck. You want to at least get Solbach in the stretch in the first inning. Payoff pitch coming. Shu with check swing foul, just got a piece in on the hands.
He's really getting it in there, which is what you want to see early in the game. It can be a dangerous spot to go, but if you're getting it in there like he is, it's not much the hitters can do about it.
Solbach delivers another payoff pitch, and it's taken low and away ball 4. Nice at bat by Shu Chi Hung. After the 2 batters before him were retired in short order, Shu puts together a good at bat.
Yeah, that's something as a pitcher you really don't want to do right there. I mean, having a double shake right there, the hitter's probably now not looking for the fastball, and with nobody on, 2 out, you got to challenge him right there, and we'll see what happens if it bites him in the butt later on.
Here's Wade Dutton getting the start again at second base tonight for the Bandits. 1 for 4 with a walk last night. His hit came in the first inning, and he takes a called strike. Shu not much of a threat to steal, but taking a pretty good lead at first. Big swing and a miss from Dutton, who was fooled on the offering from Solbach.
There's a pretty good breaking ball right there. Much better than the one he threw before that. Had some good depth on it.
The 0-2 pitch bounced in the dirt. It gets away from Edwards, but not far enough for Shu to attempt an advance. Solbach, a very interesting story, a product of Germany, which traditionally is not a baseball hotbed, but in recent years has increasingly been a place where you can develop young talent.
Yeah, there's no reason they can't have their fair share of guys coming out of there. Obviously, soccer's probably the #1 sport out there, but
1-2 tapped on the ground left side. Fielding is Reynolds, and the throw to second gets the force of Shu. 2-out walk does no damage. Bandits come up empty in the first, and we go to the second. Bite on top, 3-0 on Bandits.tv.
good as this.
Ryan Searle looking for a better second inning than his first. Corin Cove Brisbane Bandits trail the Adelaide Bite 3-0 as Angus Roger leads it off for Adelaide. Roger, Schumpert, and Mead do up 7, 8, and 9 against Searle, who labored quite a bit in the first inning, allowing 3 runs on 3 extra base hits, including a long 2-run homer to Michael Geddes. Roger, the right-handed hitting designated hitter, takes on the inside corner for a called strike. Roger didn't start last night's ball game. Todd McDonald got the first at-bat of the game in the DH spot, but then Roger subbed in and went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 0-1, hit hard to first. Fielded by Sutherland. He takes it to the base himself, 3 unassisted for a quick first out. Travis Blackley, nice to get that first out on just a couple pitches, too, after that laborious first.
Yeah, you know, I mean, especially it all kind of kicked in the last 2 outs of the first inning. He got a first pitch out from McCardle and then a second pitch ground out. So I think it was 2 pitches. But, yeah, 2 or 3 pitches to get the last 2 outs really saved him and helped him get a little more confidence.
Here's Nicholas Schumpert, the left fielder. Schumpert takes at the knees a called strike. And now Searle really pumping strikes more than he was in the first few batters of the game. Schumpert 1 for 3 last night. Property of the Atlanta Braves. The 0-1 pitch. Just off the outside corner, 1-1. Bandits and Bite will play a doubleheader tomorrow. 2:30 and 6 local time, weather permitting. A chance of rain, but nothing too serious. And then the Bandits hit the road to take on the Auckland Tuatara, one of the new entrants in the ABL this year. Called strike brings the count to 1-2. Excited to go to Auckland?
Yeah, I haven't been there since I was about 10 years old, so it's probably changed quite a bit.
Tuatara came here for an exhibition series last weekend, fouled off. The count remains 1-2.
I'm not sure how much we're going to get to see of it as we have day games every day out there. So
don't believe there are lights at the stadium, and that necessitates the day games.
Yeah, I believe it's a bit of a pop-up field this year until the real field will be ready next season.
Another 1-2 from Searle to Schumpert. Now time called at home plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Searle challenged Schumpert upstairs with a fastball, and that is a Skyfleet Hemo strikeout, the first of the game for the Brisbane righty.
Yeah, really went up and in on him there, stayed away the whole at bat, and looked like he was actually trying to go away again, but pretty good pitch. Ran right up in on him.
Suki Bowl replay there. Now the 9th place batter, Curtis Mead, second baseman for the Bite. Check swing. It was a strike anyway, 0-1.
You had a chance to see this young fella last year. Really impressed us. He got quite a few hits off us last year, and we had no idea who he was. He was only 17, I believe, 17 or 18. So here in his second season with the Bite, he's probably going to do a lot better than last year. At least he'd be hoping. Fouled
straight back. He was 0 for 3 in last night's ball game. One of a couple of guys on this Adelaide roster currently in the Philadelphia Phillies organization. The 0-2 to Mead, just off the outside corner. Aaron Whitefield, the leadoff man, waits on deck. He doubled to start the ball game and scored. I'd like to keep him leading off the 3rd inning, if you can. Searle from the wide. The 1-2 pitch. Same spot. Same result, just off the outside corner for a ball, 2-2. And that's a sign of maturity from a young guy like Mead to lay off 2 consecutive pitches that appear to be very close to the zone.
Yeah, you know, I think what helped him there was they were in the same spot, so he had a good idea where the corner was from the one previous, and was able to lay off that one also.
Searle's 2-2. That one misses outside by a wider margin, and the count runs full. Again, Whitefield waiting on deck.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that one be inside on him right there, at least open up that outside corner for him again. Now, I wonder what we're going to see here. Probably going to stay out there, maybe with a cutter though, or a change up inside, something like that.
Payoff pitch to Curtis Mead. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased ball 4, the cutter off the outside corner, and it is a 1-2-3 second inning for Ryan Searle. Bandits look to get on the board when we come back. 3-0 bite. You're watching Bandits.tv.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Welcome back to One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits trail 3-0 to the Adelaide Bite as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Travis Blackley and Eric Bramer with you for Game 2 of the 2018-2019 ABL season. Bandits 1-0 after a win last night as they try and make it 4 straight Claxton Shield victories. That was a strikeout to end the second inning that was called by you, Travis. Another Skyfleet Hino strikeout. And now the Bandits try and get some offense on the board. Donald Lutz, the 5th place batter and designated hitter, leads it off against his countryman, Marcus Solbach. Donald didn't spend much of his childhood in Germany, but both of them born in Germany. Lutz will be followed by David Sutherland and Ryan Battaglia. First pitch swinging is Lutz, and he fouls it straight back. Donald 0 for 4 with a walk in last night's season opener. Slight pull shift on. Shortstop Reynolds just on the left side of shortstop, or second base rather. 0-1. Lutz with a home run cut. He comes up empty, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, Marcus really staying right at the top of the zone, even a hair above it. And, you know, obviously not an easy pitch to get to when you throw on low to mid-90s.
Here's the 0-2. Knee buckling breaking pitch, but Lutz correctly laid off, and the at-bat will extend at least one more pitch. That's a nasty pitch.
Yeah, I'd want that if I was pitching.
The 1-2. Bounced in the dirt. That's an easy take, and the count is 2-2. Bandits managed just a 2-out walk against Solbach in the first inning. You don't need all 3 of those runs back right away, but you'd like to slowly but surely chip away at the deficit, something the Bite were unable to do last night.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the one thing about our lineup is we never feel like we're out of it.
Hit hard on the ground, and it eats up the first baseman, McArdle. It goes into right field. Well hit ball, a play that McArdle will tell you he should have made. We'll see if it is ruled a base hit or an error. Regardless, Lutz is on to begin the second inning, and that may be the rally igniter that the Bandits are looking for.
I love this come out song.
Here's David Sutherland. Fun-loving, or dare we say goofy?
Yeah, a bit of both, I reckon. Goof's been around forever, mate. Well loved across the league, and by the fans also. Just a good dude. 1
for 4 last night. A called strike begins the at-bat. Solbach comes set. 0-1 pitch on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. We've seen Solbach get to 0-2 a couple times. 1 strikeout so far, but Bandits have been able to fight off a couple of his best strikeout pitches.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing our best to hang in there. He's looking pretty sharp early on.
0-2 fouled off a foot. That's going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Long wait for Solbach. He finally comes set. Another 0-2. Popped up on the infield in between the mound and home plate.
You can't see it.
And it drops. Lutz played it safe, and he will be forced out at second. Twilight sky and either miscommunication or just flat out losing the ball leaves it to fall in the infield, but I guess that's why the infield fly rule exists. When you have more runners on, you can still get a pretty easy force out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was quite lucky that bounced right next to him and popped straight into his hand. But yeah, this is the time of night where that happens quite a bit. You know, it's not quite dark, it's not quite light. You know, that's when most of those balls seem to drop.
Sutherland will reach on a fielder's choice, and that brings up Ryan Battaglia, the catcher. Daniel De La Calle got the opening day assignment behind home plate last night. Battaglia takes outside ball 1. Fouled off the very end of the bat.
It looked like he went with the change-up there. Haven't seen him throw that pitch for a strike yet, so that shows a bit of aggression right there by him, having faith in that in the 1-0 count.
Battaglia got the start in right field last night. Reached twice, once on an error. Singled his last time up. 1-1 cracked in the air to center field. Whitefield seems to have room, and in fact he comes in a couple steps. Just a bit too much altitude on that fly ball, and it's out number 2.
Yeah, he went back to the changeup again and got Buff out front and caught it off the end of the bat. Tell you what, you want that one back. That was very asking to be hit right there, and I think you really wish you could see that pitch again.
Here's Daniel Nielsen, left-handed hitting left fielder. Some housekeeping. The Lutz base hit was indeed ruled a single. And first pitch swinging is Daniel Nielsen. He sends it in the air to right center field, but again, it's Whitefield making the Brisbane Bandits feel nostalgic with that outfield range. The former Brisbane outfielder hauls it in for out number 3. Another Suki Bowl replay there as the Bandits cannot score in the second inning. We go to the third, still 3-0 bite on Bandits.tv.
For our team, communication is key both on and off the field.
Good afternoon, One Hub Group. How may I help you?
Yeah, I'm chasing a new phone. Okay, great.
One Hub is dedicated account management for all our technology. Having one point of contact makes a massive difference and lets us focus on what we do best.
Aaron Whitefield leads off the top of the third inning for the Adelaide Bite, looking to extend their lead over the Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits. It's 3-0 as he takes low and away ball one. Ryan Searle struggled in the first, including in his at-bat against Whitefield, a pair of doubles and a 2-run homer. But he has retired 5 straight as he delivers his 32nd pitch for a ball. Whitefield jumps up in the box, squares to bunt, and it hit him in the box, so it's a foul ball.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one, actually. I wasn't sure if he was still in the box when that hit him there. I'd be asking the question anyway if I'm on the mound.
Not typical bunting strategy to move your feet as much as Whitefield did. Clearly wanted to push it up the first base line. If he's in the box, it's a strike, and the count is 1-1. Hit on the ground towards third, foul. And it's 1-2. Whitefield, Reynolds, and Welsh in the Bite third. Searle now 33 pitches, 23 of them for strikes. Whitefield's double in the first inning went to the left center gap, off the warning track and off the wall. Searle with the 1-2. Hit high in the air, deep towards center field. Campbell's going back. He's on the warning track, he's at the wall, and it's gone. Aaron Whitefield with a long home run to center. A double and now a homer for one of the Twins' top prospects. It's now 4-0 Adelaide.
Yeah, just again trying to go away with it. Probably tried to throw it a little harder than he should have, and leaked back middle in. Actually, it looked like it jammed him on the swing, but Aaron's strong enough to get it up there in the wind of Holloway, here at Holloway, and sure enough, yeah, there he goes, in middle in.
Suki Bowl replay, and only 370 feet to center field, but he definitely tagged that one.
Yeah, definitely got enough of that anyway.
Here's Mikey Reynolds. Reynolds swings at the first pitch, sends it on a hop towards Shu. Shu to first for out number 1.
Yeah, Whitey will be loving this right now, against his old team, having a good first 2 ABs of this game.
Pretty good defensively, too. Nothing too far out of his range. And again, the highlight or the replay presented by Suki Bowl. But he is a well-rounded player. Enough speed to play center field, and you just saw the power there. He's an intriguing talent.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when he lets it come to him, when he just sees the ball, hits the ball, and just worries about contact, he seems to really hit the ball well. It's when he tries to hit the ball over the fence that he comes out of his game, and he doesn't. He needs to put down bunts a little more, use his speed, put on the ground when he needs to, and that's something that comes with age.
Stephen Welsh fouls it off after a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Ryan Searle, the closer for the last couple very successful Brisbane Bandits teams, getting the start tonight. He delivers low, and the count is 1-2. Nobody warming in the Bandits' pen as he gets stretched out for his longest appearance in some time, one would think. 1-2, swinging strike 3.
Good curveball right there. Really had him out front.
Third strikeout of the game for Searle. It is a Skyfleet Hino strikeout, and it's out number 2 in the third. That brings up Michael Geddes. Geddes homered to center field his first time up. That brought home Reynolds, who had doubled in the first. Searle's first misses high, ball 1. Ryan pitching out of the stretch here, and that's something that most relievers don't do just for simplicity's sake, but when you have an opportunity to and you're a starter like Searle is for now, it's a nice luxury, isn't it?
Yeah, normally it is the starters that wind up, but I myself chopped my wind up out of my, I don't use it at all anymore.
It's kind of the trend.
Yeah, I feel like when I was flip-flopping back and forth from bullpen to starting with the Oakland A's, I was pitching well out of the pen, and I didn't want to lose what I was doing. So adding the wind-up just, to me, seemed silly at the time, and I kept pitching well, and it didn't seem to matter.
Knee-high strike with a fastball brings the count to 1-2. Searle trying to escape the third with just the 1 run allowed. Righty delivers. Check swing, and it's a ball, 2-2. That was pitch number 43 on the night for Searle. In the Bandits' third, it will be Ellis, Campbell, and Bennett trying to break the ice against Solbach. 2-2 coming. Driven in the air, right field line, twisting foul and out of play. Adelaide leads at 4-0 in the top of the third inning. Bite looking to avenge last night's season opening loss. That one was a final score of 5-3. 2 more games tomorrow and a doubleheader before these teams go their separate ways. Line right back up the middle and a base hit for Michael Geddes, extending the third inning.
Yeah, another breaking ball there, but not quite as sharp as the one he got Welch on. In a 2-2 count there, I don't think he was trying to go out of the zone with it, and it just kind of hung up there for him to hit. He was on the front foot, but good bat control that was helped him to keep it up the middle there and really feed it to center field.
5 hits allowed by Searle to 3 different players. Double and a homer for Whitefield, RBI double for Reynolds, and now Geddes with the 2-run homer and a 2-out single. Jordan McArdle steps in. He grounded to short his first time up. Runner goes on the first pitch. It's a strike. The throw down to second is not in time. Close play at second, but Geddes saw something in Searle's delivery and just snuck the foot in to swipe second.
Yeah, that was interesting. Searle actually slide stepped that one, which normally a runner would shut it down right there. But being that it was a breaking ball, gave him a little extra time to get a few more steps on that before Buff could get the throw over there.
Geddes and Bennett talking things over. I think Geddes may have come in a little hard with his cleats, but accidentally, and those two patch it up. Now a runner in scoring position for McArdle. Again, the pitch on the steal attempt was a strike, so it's 0-1.
Another one.
There's another called strike, and it's 0-2.
Backdoor breaking balls right there. It really sets this bat up. He could go to just about anything in his repertoire now, and it'll be tough for McArdle to put good wood on it. Unless he grooves one, then...
The 0-2. Pump foul back our way off the screen.
Probably wanted that a little higher, trying to feed that fastball off the with the same height his curveball had, and that one was just a little lower. But obviously after back-to-back breaking balls, that fastball there would have looked a good 2 or 3 mile an hour faster than his normal fastball, and just kind of caught him late right there. Good pitch to speed him up for this one, though.
Fastball misses up and away, and McArdle laid off.
That's the pitch right there I think he wanted to do previously. That height, perfect off what his curveball was doing, and probably would have got that a swing on the last pitch. But
so now you think maybe a breaking pitch low and in or something?
Yeah, he could go with just about anything. He'd go fastball in if it was. There we go. Ooh, good layoff.
Not framed by Battaglia. He had to sneak inside and make sure he kept his body in front of that pitch. Maybe a cross-up, maybe just a different location than he was expecting. 2-2 now the count. McArdle is only offered at one of the 5 pitches in this at-bat so far. It was a foul on 2 strikes. The 2-2. Missing outside, and the count runs full. First base is open. Mitchell Edwards waits on deck. Bite have 1 so far in the third inning, looking for at least 1 more. Base it to the outfield could do the trick. Payoff pitch. Just outside, a very close pitch. Battaglia wanted it, and so too did Searle. But home plate umpire Tom West does not ring him up. McArdle trots down to first with a 2-out walk. It's the first walk of the ballgame for Searle, and it extends the inning for Mitchell Edwards.
Yeah, it was a little, just didn't quite come back, that one. It's a pretty good pitch, but good job by McCardle to lay off that one. With the base open right there, 3-2 count, you don't want to give in and give him something he can drive. So, I guess you'd take that right now and pitch it at Edwards.
Edwards, switch hitting catcher, batting lefty. Swings the first pitch and cracks it deep to center field. Campbell's going back. He'll have to play it off the wall. It's going to score Geddes from second. McCardle will be held at third. It's an RBI double for Mitchell Edwards. And the Bite get the big 2-out hit. They extend the lead to 5-0.
Yeah, again, another fastball got too much of the plate. These young hitters, they're not going to wait around to see your other stuff. They're gonna jump on that first heater they see, and it was a good piece of hitting. I mean, he showed last night he's definitely got some juice from the left side, and probably could have been a little more careful right there.
Ryan Battaglia out for a chat with his righty. The Bite very impressively have not tried to do too much. They haven't been pulling the ball, and they haven't been fooled on it. Everything has been hit right back up the gut.
Yeah, really a little different to last night. They were actually, most of their hits last night were coming out in that direction there. They weren't really trying to use the field out in right field at all. But definitely well balanced at the plate. They're not trying to do too much against Sell.
Angus Roger steps in. Runners at second and third and 2 down. Ball 1 misses low and away.
Yeah, it's got to be a little different for Surly, coming out of the pen, letting it eat as hard as he can, and really being max effort to trying to, pace himself through the game. It'll be a bit of a challenge, for him to kind of work out where he needs to be effort-wise to, 1, be able to get through the game, and 2, be able to, keep his stuff where he wants it.
Roger grounded to first, his first time up. McCardle's at third, Edwards at second. Base hit here could really break the game open. Roger with a big cut. He sends it foul out of play, 1-2.
Yeah, it seems like a big lead at the moment, and obviously if we can keep these two off from scoring, that would be huge. But, we've shown last year and in the previous years that the no lead is real safe when you got, the bullpen coming in after. They probably used 2 of their best arms out of the pen last night for extended outings. It'd be interesting to see how they go about it, or if they let Solbach go really deep.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tip into the mid of Battaglia, and Searle gets the strikeout to strand 2 in scoring position in the third. Skyfleet Hino strikeout ends the inning, but the Bite get 2 more. And as we go to the bottom of the third, it's 5-0 Adelaide on Bandits.tv.
It's always been you.
It's always been us.
Coran Cove Brisbane Bandits looking for some offense, trailing 5-0 to the Adelaide Bite as we go to the bottom of the third inning at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optics. With Travis Blackley, I'm Eric Bramer. Pleasure to bring you the first Bandits.tv broadcast of the year. Fortunately, didn't have the broadcast last night, but better late than never. And let's hope the Bandits can get back in the win column with a comeback victory here tonight. 9-1-2 due up for the Bandits. Mitch Ellis, Andrew Campbell, and TJ Bennett against Marcus Solbach, who had a first inning in which he allowed a 2-out walk but worked around it, and a second inning in which he allowed a leadoff single but then worked around that. He hasn't quite had a 1-2-3 inning yet, but he hasn't had a bad inning like Searle has in the first and third.
Yeah, the difference is he's just come out attacking and been ahead the whole way. He hasn't had many 1-0 or 2-0 counts, to have to work around. And, he's really bought it and come at us. That's obviously not letting us get a chance to work counts. He's really giving it his all at the moment.
Couple fouls off the bat of Mitch Ellis, left-handed hitting right fielder. The other part of that equation, though, is that it's a lot easier to attack the strike zone when you have a 3-0 or a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, especially when there's nobody on base. A solo home run is not going to do a whole lot. Not going to do a whole lot to change, the situation. So, you got a little more leeway to challenge. The worst thing you can do here is pick at the corners and fall behind, walk guys, and give up extra base hits.
Ellis taps it weakly up the first base side, fielded by McArdle, and the flip to the pitcher covering is in time. Solbach does a nice job going from the third base side of the mound off to the first base side, falling over, and then getting there in time, beating Ellis to the base. Close play for out number 1.
Yeah, good feed. They're never easy. As you're running by, you kind of have to turn around as you're getting and try and find the base with your foot and catch the ball at the same time. So, good job by McArdle to make the flip easy to handle, and good job by Marcus to be able to find the base and record the out.
Lineup turns over for Andrew Campbell, who grounded a second, his first time up. Called strike on the inside corner. Next offering misses low and away. Solbach with only 37 pitches thrown so far. He's been pretty efficient. 1-1 right down Broadway, a called strike, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that was a good changeup right there. He's gone back-to-back changeups, and I'll tell you, he keeps this stuff going. It's going to be very hard to get on top of him.
Challenge him with a high fastball, and Campbell sent it straight back to the screen. Still no action in the Bandits' pen. Looks like Searle will at least get to start the 4th inning. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3.
He got away with one there, a little hanging breaking ball away. Never kind of came back for Soupy to get onto. So, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Second strikeout of the night as we take a look on the Suki Bowl replay. First strikeout came at the hands of T.J. Bennett, who stands in here with 2 outs and nobody on. Swing and a miss, and we've seen a lot of that from the Bandits against Marcus Solbach. Oh, and that was a 3/4 swing from Bennett. Looked like he tried to hold up just a little bit too late. He knew that was too high for the strike zone.
Yeah, and Solbach's really got some good velocity tonight, and you see that ball up and you start going for it. Able to lay off that one there.
1-2 now the count.
But yeah, it's really hard to stop your swing once you're committed to it, and I think it's just better to swing through it, honestly.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, chasing the ball low and away. 2 strikeouts and a 1-2-3 third for Marcus Solbach, his first 1-2-3 inning. Third of the way gone. We go to the 4th. It's 5-0 Bite.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire? Kiss me, baby, touch me. Kiss me, baby, love me.
The Adelaide Bite, looking for their first win of the ABL season, are well on their way, leading the Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits 5-0 as we go to the fourth. First pitch fastball for a called strike to Nicholas Schumpert. Strikeout victim his first time up. 8-9-1 due up for the Bite. Schumpert, Mead, and Whitefield against Ryan Searle. Searle out there about to throw his 60th pitch. Breaking pitch, another called strike, and it's 0-2. Searle allowed 3 runs in the first, 2 more in the third, but then left runners at second and third in the third inning. Trying to build off that momentum. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Quick strikeout as he dispatches Nicholas Schumpert very quickly for out number 1. Skyfleet Hino strikeout. Talk about going up to the mound with a plan. It looked like that was the 3-pitch sequence that he wanted.
Yeah, he didn't. He just went cutter, breaking ball, and that. I think he's been throwing a lot of heaters early in the game. I think he's going to really. There's another cutter, and I think he's going to see a lot more thumbing going on this inning.
Curtis Mead's elbow pad comes off. He swings so hard. 5 strikeouts and 1 walk for Ryan Searle in his first start in the ABL in a few years. Time called at home plate as Mead continues to have trouble with the elbow guard.
Yeah, not a fan of the elbow guard as a pitcher. I reckon it's ruined the game a little bit. Used to be able to really buzz them up and in and they'd move. Now
chopped on the ground towards third, fielding his shoe, and he throws to first for a quick second out.
Yeah, I just feel like the intimidation of throwing that ball up under the armpits. Nowadays, they just stick their elbow in front of it and take a base.
Well, they're not as big as they used to be, right? No. I'm thinking Barry Bonds. Yeah. That was like a beach ball.
Yeah, I know. Well, some guys do. A lot of the Asian guys like to wear the big, bulky ones. Look here, Aaron Whitefield's rocking a big, bulky one that covers almost his whole tricep.
Whitefield's had a good game so far. A double to left center in the first, and a solo homer over the center field wall in the third. For the second time today, he squares to bunt. This time he pulls back and takes a strike 0-1. Whitefield at high A in the Twin system this past year. Part of a Fort Myers Miracle team that won the Florida State League. The 0-1 pitch. In on the hands and fouled back.
There you go. That's the pitch he was trying to do in the first inning and the third inning.
And really? That's why Whitefield has the elbow guard, because he doesn't want those in the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, he just really was. He stayed within himself on that one right there, and really worked it in that lane. And the other ones, it looked like he tried to overthrow it a bit. And there it is.
Perfect pitch freezes Whitefield. 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 fourth inning. Another Skyfleet Hino strikeout. And that is a much better fourth than it was a third for Ryan Searle. Bandits still trail at 5-0. They'll try and wake the bats up when we come back, going to the bottom of the fourth.
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?
Welcome back to One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus in Brisbane. Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits trail the Adelaide Bite 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. And the 5 can be explained by some hiccups, let's say, for Ryan Searle. The 0 can be explained by Marcus Solbach and his dominant outing through 3 innings so far against a pretty good Brisbane offense.
Yeah, he's looked anything but stellar right now. He's been amazing. Really commanding his fastball, attacking the guys, putting them immediately in the hole, 0-1, 0-2. and really making him have defensive swings, you know, trying to just stay alive. And, you know, if he can continue to do that, it's going to make life very hard. He's been economical too. I don't know how many pitches, but he's got to be rolling around the mid-30s to 40 through 3 innings.
Only 1 hit allowed. That was an infield single that could have been an error in other situations. Shu Chi-hung did reach with a 2-out walk in the first, and he leads off the 4th inning, taking a strike. Oof. Big swing and a miss. He comes up empty, and it's 0-2. Shu Chi-hung, left-handed hitting third baseman. We've seen his power in the Auckland Exhibition Series, but nothing so far in these 2 games against Adelaide. And a check swing, the appeal down to third base umpire James Shields. Shu held up, and the at-bat continues. Shu takes outside. 3 strikeouts and just 1 walk for Marcus Solbach, but if you're trying to pick nits, with 2 strikes, he hasn't quite gotten that 3rd strike as quickly or efficiently. Here's a deep drive to right center field. In the air and caught at the warning track. Aaron Whitefield tracks it down. This is a hitter-friendly ballpark, and Shu, I think, is going to have a lot of home runs by the time the season comes to a close. This time he came up just short as we take a look at this Suki Bowl replay.
Yeah, that definitely caught him up on the hands a little bit. You know, I thought he had enough of it. The wind isn't quite as strong as it was earlier in the game, or it will be tomorrow in the day game. But, yeah, I mean, I've seen that ball get out many a time. But, you know, anything in the air like that gives Whitey time to run it down, you know, more often than not he comes in with it.
Wade Dutton with a home run cut, fouling it back 0-1.
Well, the old Dutto doesn't know any other swing, mate. He's 100%. You know, he's not gonna get cheated by anybody.
Dutton wrapped into a force out at short, his first time up, that ended the 1st inning. And a check swing and a bouncing pitch in the dirt. He just held up. That's one advantage of being on the third base side here in the broadcast booth. We can see those down the line. I thought he may have gone around, but he will gladly take the ball. 1-1. Dutton takes up high, and the count is 2-1. 52 pitches now for Solbach, 35 of them for strikes. Tremendous ratio, and a tremendous outing overall for the German righty. There's a strike, belt high on the outside corner, count is 2-2. After Wade Dutton, it'll be Donald Lutz, who has the only base hit of the ballgame so far for the Bandits. Dutton chased low and in at the shoe tops. Swinging strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Solbach, and 2 up, 2 down in the 4th.
Wow, that was an amazing change up there. That really darted down and in on him. There's nothing you could do with that pitch. That looked like it was on the inside corner, coming in fast, and then just look at that dive down and in. That had a good foot of movement left to right.
Here's Donald Lutz. Hard grounder to first that ate up McArdle. It went for a base hit, so far the only hit of the game for Brisbane. 8 straight retired since that, and a called strike begins the at-bat. Shattered bat and sent foul behind third, out of play.
That's a plus to, you know, throwing this many strikes, really attacking the guys. That pitch right there looking possibly a ball off the plate inside. Oh, yeah, pretty perfect. He may have got that one as a strike, but that's such a hard pitch to clear your hands on. It's hand high inside. If that was down and in, good chance he can drop the barrel on that. If it's up and in, he probably doesn't even get to it. But that one at hand high, that's just that's where you get the nickname Lumberjack.
Suki Bowl replay shows that the barrel of the bat ended up where the second baseman Meade was standing. Here's the 0-2, and Lutz holds off. It's taken low and away. 5 runs on 6 hits for the Bite. No runs on 1 hit for the Bandits. No action in the Brisbane pen. Lutz swings and misses and is tagged out to end the inning. 2 strikeouts and another 1-2-3 inning for Marcus Solbach. We go to the 5th inning. It's 5-0 Adelaide.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Ryan Searle back out there for a 5th inning of work. Bandits trail at 5-0 to the Adelaide Bite in Game 2 of the 2018-2019 season. Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits, 3-time defending champions, have put together a pretty good team again this year, playing at One Hub Stadium powered by Optus. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Bite. Mikey Reynolds, Stephen Welsh, and Michael Geddes. Searle's line right now reads 4 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Yes. Reynolds 1 for 2. He tagged him for an RBI double back in the first.
He's going to be a big hitter right here for Searle. He needs to keep this this fast guy off the base paths and make it easier to pitch to the meat of the lineup.
First pitch strike. That's a good start.
Yeah, I expect to see him stay pretty soft, maybe finish hard, but try and keep this guy off, hitting something hard, sharply.
There's something hit sharply. It dives in front of the left fielder Nielsen for a leadoff single for Mikey Reynolds. Big turnaround first, but he will be content with the 1-bagger.
And that's what I'm talking about. I thought he would be a little softer to start the inning off, and tried to sneak a fastball away, and it just kind of got away from him middle in, and nice short compact swing by him. Was able to drive it in the gap.
Searle has now thrown 67 pitches, and no throwing but some stirring in the Brisbane pen. Stephen Welsh is 0 for 2. Foul pop and a strikeout so far tonight. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back.
Little cutter in there. Just that pitch has been big against the lefty hitters for him. He's really kind of, when he's making that pitch inside, it just opens up the outside, and that's the problem. When you're facing a righty, that pitch is kind of voided. You don't have the pitch to open up the outside unless you can run that fastball in off the plate.
Runner goes, the 0-1, driven in the air towards left field. Nielsen going back, but he has it measured. He makes the catch, and Reynolds will have to retreat back to first. Bite stole second successfully with Michael Geddes back in the 3rd inning. May have been a hit and run there?
Yeah, possibly a hit and run. In a 0-1 count, not maybe as likely, but, Steph handles the bat really well, and I'm not sure what Dingo's heading out there for, but
could be bad. TJ Bennett talking things over.
Possibly. I wasn't paying attention, but possibly the runner cleared second base and then didn't touch it on the way back. I have no idea, though. We'd have to see a replay. But
based on TJ's gestures, yeah. There was some hesitation for Reynolds in going back to first. I don't know if he rounded second, then retreated to first without touching second, realized he did and tried to get away with it, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm still unsure. I mean, you never want to just give the umpire a reason to call you out. You're going to try and sell it.
Right.
But, again, you'd have to see the replay because I was watching the ball out to left field.
Bandits manager Dave Nielsen talking first with James Shields, now with the crew chief, Mal Mackay, and here is the Suki Bowl replay.
So he touches it. Oh, we don't see him touch it again.
But you can see, I believe here, part of his hesitation retreating to first.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, he's not going to argue it if he didn't touch it. TJ's not that guy. Even Goofy right there in the replay is telling him to go to second with it. So it looks like the bite got away with one there.
Bennett immediately touched second base, but it will stand as called. Reynolds might have gotten away with one. One down, Michael Geddes at the plate. Geddes has had a pretty good evening. A 2-run homer in the first, a single and a run scored in the third after stealing second. Swings at the first offering and sends a pop-up on the right side of the infield. Sutherland comes in and comes back a little bit. Make the waist-high catch. Not exactly how you teach it in spring training, but it gets the job done, right?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's never easy. Once the ball's hit high up here, the wind is a lot higher once it clears the top of the stadium. And, you know, I'm sure that got to its apex. He thought he was under it, and on the way down, got a little gust. And luckily, he's got really long arms and was able to just stick it out there and catch it.
The infield lights here at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus, are pretty high, but you'll occasionally get a pop-up that goes above the lights, and this time of night it disappears and then reappears.
Yeah.
2 down with Reynolds still at first, and here's Jordan McArdle. Now some throwing in the Brisbane pen. McArdle 0 for 1. He drew a walk his last time up and got as far as third base. Here goes Reynolds, and he will steal second base easily as the ball goes to the backstop. Battaglia knew, I think, that he didn't have much time to spare, so he tried to jump up out of the crouch and wasn't able to catch the pitch.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's twice now they've stolen on a slide step. I'm just wondering if maybe he's peeking in and getting signs from the catcher, because they've both been on breaking balls. I'm just wondering maybe if he's getting a look at the signs. You know, with the runner on first, there's normally just the single signs. With the runner on second, you'll have a sequence of signs to go through to try and keep them off, you know, guessing what you're going to throw.
Another Suki Bowl replay. Hitters count 2-0, but a good pitch on 2-0, giving McArdle something different than what he expected, and it's a called strike. Reynolds now at second in scoring position. Bite looking to extend their 5-0 lead in the fifth. Here he takes off for third, and the one-hop throw is smothered by Shu. And good thing, because that low throw from Battaglia could have gone down the line and led to a run. Reynolds has figured something out against Searle. A steal of second, and a couple pitches later, a steal of third. The count is 2-2.
Yeah, he definitely has. I mean, Searle's been slide stepping quite a bit. It's not the quickest move. Even with the slide step, he's still probably right around the 1.3 to 1.4 mark, which, you know, can still allow a base to be stolen. But generally, when the pitcher doesn't lift his leg up, the runner immediately cuts it down, you know, knowing that, you know, it's a slide step.
Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Battaglia. Searle ends the fifth and maybe his outing with a swinging strikeout of Jordan McArdle. Another Skyfleet Hino strikeout. Our thanks to Travis Blackley for joining us here for the first half of the ball game in the booth. And, well, maybe the team will have better luck once you return to the dugout.
Yeah, you're going to go try to wake the bats up a bit.
Back after this on Bandits.tv.
It's always been you.
It's always been us.
Adelaide Bite leading the Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Eric Bramer with you. Our thanks again to Travis Blackley. on the Brisbane Bandits roster for joining us here tonight. And in the second half of the broadcast, we'll get a little Adelaide flavor with Eric Balnar joining us. Eric, you're the voice of the Bandits, the voice of the Bite, I should say. And season starting on the road, but after an opening loss last night, encouraging return so far in game number 2.
Definitely. I think the boys will be hanging their head pretty high right now. And last night when you talked to the coaching staff and the players, they said, the word they used a lot was it was a good loss. There was a lot of positive signs, especially after last year and a few recent results in Brisbane. They've come in and got blown out. So anytime you can play and keep it tight against the 3-time champs, and now doing what you're doing today, you got to be pretty happy with that.
David Sutherland leads it off for the Bandits. He reached on a fielder's choice, a dropped infield pop-up his first time. He drives the first pitch into the right field corner, and it is gone! A home run for David Sutherland. The Bandits are on the board on a line drive shot from Brisbane's big first baseman. That ball got out of here in a hurry. An Empire Jerky home run, the first of the year on Bandits.tv.
And this is a guy that has just killed the Adelaide Bite, whether it be a championship series, playoff series, or the regular season. And you talk about a time when you need just something to shift the momentum. Goofy's the guy to bring it to you, and that was a no-doubter.
Second hit of the ball game, the first that truly left the infield for the Bandits. And here's Ryan Battaglia. Catcher flew out to deep center field his first time up, and he takes low ball 1.
And probably a key moment in the game here for Marcus Solbach on the mound as he's getting towards the end of the second time through with more guys coming.
Hard on the ground towards third. Welsh with a nice pickup moving to his left, and he throws on target to first for out number 1. You never want to give up a home run, but I think the way that Solbach has attacked this lineup with a comfortable lead can sometimes be conducive to those one-off solo home runs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And he's been pretty aggressive all game as long, too, and he's carried a sort of a quiet confidence about him. We were talking to him in the lobby at the hotel where we're all staying at before, and he was feeling good before the game. He had a good feeling, he said, and that's exactly, I think, translated so far, but it's that third time through the lineup that we'll have to keep an eye on if he gets that far in this game.
Needs 2 more outs to qualify for the win. Here's Daniel Nielsen, who flew out to center. And here's one out to deep left center field. Whitefield on his horse, leaping and making the catch at the wall. Aaron Whitefield has been a vacuum all over center field tonight, and he makes another sterling play at the warning track in left center for out number 2.
That is exactly the reason why. What a catch, robbing him of a base hit. Looked like it was ducking a little bit below, but that is the reason why Adelaide so heavily tried to recruit a guy like Aaron Whitefield, who Brisbane fans know so well. It's that difference in defense that he makes, something the Bite did not have in the outfield last year at all.
Suki Bowl replay showing you that tremendous play by Aaron Whitefield. 9th place batter Mitch Ellis steps in. He grounded to first his first time up. 1-0, a foul tip into the mitt, and it's 1-1.
Big opportunity for a guy like Mitch Ellis, for a Victorian product over in Melbourne, and gets an opportunity here with the Bandits, which is great to see as well.
3 well-hit balls in the 5th inning for the Bandits. The homer, the hard grounder, and now almost a home run to left center field, hauled in by Whitefield. 1-2 the count. Ellis, the 9th place batter, trying to turn it over for Andrew Campbell, the leadoff man waiting on deck. 1-2, humpback liner on a hop towards second. Meade fields and throws. And after the leadoff home run from David Sutherland, Marcus Solbach gets through the 5th inning. He now qualifies for the win, but the Bandits are on the board. 5-1, Adelaide still leads as we go to the 6th.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire? Kiss me, baby, touch me.
Welcome back to One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus, and the first broadcast of the season on Bandits.tv. 5-1, Adelaide Bite leading the Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits. As we go to the top of the 6th inning, Eric Balnar and Eric Bramer with you. And Bite will send Mitchell Edwards, Angus Roger, and Nicholas Schumpert to the plate. For now, at least, against Ryan Searle, the starter who is still in the ballgame for Brisbane. Pitch number 77 of the night for Searle is hit hard but foul up the first base line. Arm warming in the bullpen for the Bandits. It's Justin Erasmus, and Erasmus may come in at the first sign of trouble. Oh-1 on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. Edwards 1 for 2 with an RBI double his last time up.
And a big home run last night for Mitch Edwards, playing with the first team for the first time, or new team for the first time as well.
Called strike 3, knee high. Strikeout number 8 for Ryan Searle. Another Skyfleet Hino strikeout, and it seems that as the night has gone on, Ryan Searle has gotten sharper and sharper. Suki Bowl highlight, and that is a strike right on the outer half, knee high. Searle is now retired 4 straight, the last 2 via the strikeout, and here's Angus Roger. Strikeout victim his last time up, he's 0 for 2 in total.
It's just that top half of the lineup, really, that Searle's had some problem with, whether it be the Geddes home run or the Whitefield home run, or Mikey Reynolds getting to him a little bit too, but 8 strikeouts, as you said. He's been going really good, actually. It's a sort of a deceiving start if you look at the stat line of it.
Fastball inside turns Roger away from the plate for a ball. All of the Bite damage has, as you said, been limited to those 2 innings, the 3-run first and the 2-run third. Fouled at the plate, it's 1-2.
And the Bandits would know from usually being the ones that inflict it. You give up the big inning, it makes life really, really difficult in terms of chasing pitches, getting a bit aggressive, holding that bat a little bit tighter, and they put themselves in a tight spot, but the Bandits can easily put together a big inning of their own.
1-2, sent in the air towards center. Should be playable for Campbell. A few steps in, and to his right, he makes the catch for out number 2.
Great to see Searle stretch this out as well, getting towards the end of the 6th. Remember, we do have a doubleheader tomorrow, too. So do you think just keeping the pitchers in that, I wonder if that's playing in the minds of the managers, knowing that there's 16 innings of baseball to get through tomorrow, and the bullpens will be required, to say the least.
Pitching coach Jim Bennett said that he would like to get as many outs as possible out of Searle, with the understanding that you don't want to stretch him too much in week 1 of the season. Here's Nicholas Schumpert, looking to put the ball in play for the first time tonight, a pair of swinging strikeouts. He does put the ball in play almost. Fouled up the third base line. Had it been fair, it would have been fielded by Shu. The count is quickly 0-2. 85 pitches, 63 of them for strikes for Ryan Searle. Schumpert lifts it foul, out of play over the dugout of the Bandits.
The son of Terry Schumpert as well, former big league baseball player, is making his mark with the Colorado Rockies.
About 800 games over a dozen or so major league seasons.
Not a big deal.
Good to have that lineage. And 0-2 pitch inside, and Schumpert will trot to first. In on the hands, it must have hit him on the hands. Definitely hit something, and no protest from the Bandits. It'll be a hit by pitch for Schumpert, saved from another potential strikeout. He extends the inning. Take another look at that with the Suki Bowl replay, and just got him on the hands area, and now he protects his hand with a sliding mitten. Something that more and more players are doing to try and save a mangled finger with a head-first slide into a base. Runner goes on the first pitch, and the throw down to second is not in time. Almost like Schumpert was thinking of stealing from the moment he took first. Check swing for Curtis Mead at the plate, and it took a while, but the Bandits get an appeal and it is a strike. Another look at the Suki Bowl replay. Close pitch, and a nice job with a one-hop throw. Wade Dutton slaps the tag down and almost got him.
Well, Bite fans will be really happy to see that. Last year, just 8 stolen bases on the season. This game, they've already got 3. Big priority in the offseason, adding some speed on the base paths, and there's a few guys that can do it, and they're showing what they can do today.
And Speed and Schumpert now in scoring position for Meade with an 0-1 count. Pitch misses up and away.
And it really is those little things that can flip the script of a ball game, getting those stolen bases with 2 out to put a guy into scoring position to potentially bring him home, that the Bite just didn't have last year in 12 or so games that were lost by just a run.
Hesitation from Searle trying to keep the runner close at second. He delivers to the plate. It's a ball, 2-1. Adelaide still leading somewhat comfortably as you can when you're playing the 3-time defending champions, but they've missed some opportunities, leaving runners at second and third in the third, a runner at third in the fifth. If they can't bring Schumpert home from second here in the sixth, that would be another missed chance. Swinging strike, it's 2-2.
And Curtis will want to get himself going as well, too. It's hard to call it a slow start to the season when you're only in your second game, but yet to have a base hit, Curdy.
0 for 5, 0 for 2 tonight. Searle with a look towards second. Schumpert stays put. And the 2-2 is hit on the ground towards second. Routine for Dutton. He throws to first. And the hit by pitch and the stolen base go by the wayside. Ryan Searle with an up-and-down outing, but a strong finish in his first start in many years. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It is 5-1 Bites on Bandits.tv.
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?
Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits trail the Adelaide Bite by a score of 5-1 as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning at One Hub Stadium powered by Optus. Eric Balnar and Eric Bramer with you for Game 2 of the 2018-2019 ABL season. And Eric, we talked about last night's ball game, how the Bandits won 5-3, but they missed a couple opportunities in the middle innings to extend that lead and truly put it out of reach. Adelaide hopes that they don't feel the same way at the end of tonight.
Yeah, and it was 2 times there was bases loaded, and I think it was just an out. One time I know there was 2 outs, and the Bandits just needed that base hit that could clear them and just make it a blowout game. It's the same thing tonight. The Bite are getting guys in scoring position, but just having trouble delivering that, so to speak, knockout punch, and the Bandits are still hanging around, and that's a dangerous team to leave around the mark.
Brisbane has the right guys coming up. Top of the order, beginning with Andrew Campbell, who is 0 for 2. But started the season last night with a long home run.
And we'll see if there's a short leash for Solbach here, knowing that this is his 3rd time through the most potent lineup in the ABL.
Some signs of the armor falling a bit in the 5th inning. Foul tip, and it's caught by Edwards, the catcher, near the ground, but not at the ground. Strikeout number 6 for Solbach, and that's a big first out in the 6th inning.
Got into the 6th with 6 strikeouts. Last year, the Bite starting pitching wasn't a huge problem. They were sort of middle of the road in all those categories, but it was the bullpen that really let them down, and you feel like pretty soon that's whose hands this game's going to be in, so if you can stretch Solbach out as much as possible.
Replay brought to you by Suki Bowl. Here's TJ Bennett. Bennett with a mighty cut, comes up empty. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts so far today after a very impressive start to his season last night. 3 hits and 3 runs batted in. 0-1 misses outside. That was pitch number 71 for Solbach. 50 of them for strikes. Both starting pitchers tonight with very good strike-to-ball ratios and pitch efficiency. Tapped weakly up the first baseline foul, and the count is 1-2. Just 2 hits for the Bandits. One of them a solo homer off the bat of David Sutherland to begin the 5th inning. Solbach has benefited from some solid defense behind him, especially with Aaron Whitefield in center. Swinging strike 3, Bennett goes down again. It's a 3rd strikeout for him tonight. And strikeout number 7 for Marcus Solbach, who maybe senses the end is near and wants to go out with a bang.
I don't have that stat on me, but the number of times that in this league TJ Bennett has had 3 strikeouts would be maybe 1 now. That is a guy, again, that has just had the bites number. And Marcus Solbach finding a way to neutralize him, and that's really all you can hope for when you go against this lineup.
Here's Shu Chi Hung, who sent one out to the warning track in right center his last time up. Quickly 0-2 after a check swing strike. The Campbell and Bennett at bats, both left-handed batters, look like the exact same pitch down and away that got the strike 3. We'll see what he gives Shu on 0-2. Missing inside.
And he's been able to get the lefties at the top of the order. I mean, he hit that ball nearly a mile last time, but 5 strikeouts in the first 6 at-bats between Bennett and Campbell combined makes it a tough day at the office at the top of the lineup.
Pitch misses inside, almost hit Shu in the shoe. Shu, the family name, HSU. And the first name presented last in most English-speaking countries, Chi Hung. And called strike 3. If that's it for Solbach, he goes out with the bang. Strikes out the side in order in the 6th. Then we go to the 7th inning, still 5-1 Adelaide.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
We go to the top of the 7th inning at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Adelaide Bite looking for their first win of the year, leading the Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits 5-1. Eric Balnar and Eric Bramer with you. And not only is this the first win of the year potentially for Adelaide, but wins against this Brisbane Bandit squad has been tough to come by.
It has been tough to come by, and last year they dropped the season series 5-3 to them, and a couple playoff losses as well. But if you take a look at the first 2 series of the year for the Adelaide Bite to start the season, going back the last 3, there's 24 games there. The Bite have won 4 of them. They're 4-20 in rounds 1 and 2 since 2015. So strong starts are not the calling card for the Adelaide Bite, so a win or 2 on the road versus a very difficult team would be exactly what they need, but there's still a little bit of a way to go in this one.
As you saw, an Alderley higher pitching change for Dave Nielsen and the Bandits. Ryan Searle done after 6 solid innings. 7 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. He gives way to Justin Erasmus. Erasmus will face the top of the order, beginning with Aaron Whitefield. Called strike on the inside corner.
Struck out the last time he was up to bat, but he's got a double and a home run already in this game. And a trio of some pretty nice plays out in center field.
The 0-1. Whitefield has seemed antsy to bunt tonight. Hasn't gotten one down, but he squares again here, and the count is quickly 0-2. Erasmus, 28 years old, out of Johannesburg, South Africa. In his 8th year with the Bandits, 9th overall in the ABL. 0-2 misses very high. And the count is 1-2.
One of very few guys remaining here who have been part of the league from start to finish and seen sort of the tremendous growths and ebbs and flows of the league so far.
Last year, 2-2, a 5.79 ERA in a Bandits uniform. Whitefield fights off the 1-2, sending it straight back.
And Bite fans will remember him from putting out a tremendous start a couple years ago in the preliminary final in Adelaide, holding the team just to 1 run in a 2-1 win for the Bandits in Adelaide.
Bandits will see evidence of the league's growth next week as they take on the Tuatara in Auckland. 1-2 check swing from Whitefield. He lays off. It'll be Whitefield, Reynolds, and Welsh due up for the bite. At least we think so. We saw Chris Adamson, the skipper of Adelaide, coming out to talk with the umpires in between innings. Looked like he was making a change, but haven't seen evidence of that yet. 2-2 popped up behind home plate, and it will be out of play. Whitefield got the bite started right away in the top of the first inning. A leadoff double off the warning track in left center. He came in on Mikey Reynolds' RBI double. 2-run homer from Michael Geddes made it 3-0 Adelaide in the first. 2-2 coming. Just off the outside corner. A good take from Whitefield, and the count runs full.
And on that note, Eric, you're absolutely right in the way the games have mirrored each other. Last night, the Bandits jump up with 2 runs pretty much right away with their first couple guys up to bat, and the same thing for the Adelaide Bite tonight with a 2-run home run and a big double that was driven in Whitefield. So both teams jumping on each other very early and now holding on for dear life.
Whitefield extended the lead to 4-0 in the third. Solo homer to center field. Another one added in the third on Mitchell Edwards' 2-out RBI double. The Bandits got their lone run on David Sutherland's line drive homer in the bottom of the fifth. Quite an at-bat here to Whitefield. Another 3-2, another foul.
Good job from Whitefield staying alive here.
This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat between Justin Erasmus and Aaron Whitefield.
Good battle between 2 old teammates.
(3-2) a check swing. The appeal down to first, and Whitefield held up. 10-pitch at-bat is won by the Bite center fielder, and Adelaide has a base runner to start the 7th inning.
Yeah, those are hard battles to win, and as a batter, I'm sure you're very happy with yourself there. And a big leadoff guy to have on base, and another guy that is a threat to steal some bags and really put the pressure on Erasmus and the Bandits here.
4 for 4 are the Bite in stealing bases tonight. Mikey Reynolds had a pair of them after a single his last time up. In total, he is 2 for 3 with an RBI double. Whitefield with good speed, dancing off first. First pitch swinging is Reynolds, and he lifts it foul out of play right side.
And as we said earlier, those 4 stolen bases are exactly half the number the Bite had combined as a team over the course of the entire season last year.
Pretty incredible. And definitely a change in approach for Chris Adamson and the Bite. Last year, a young team, not a whole lot of on-field success, but as we said in the introduction to the broadcast, some building blocks for something to come that may be a competitive or more competitive product. Check it first, and Whitefield is back safely. This is still a young team this year, though the faces are a little bit different. And a chance to make some hay with the expanded playoff structure of the ABL. It doesn't take quite as much to get a shot in the postseason. 0-1 rocketed. Nice stop by the shortstop Bennett to second for 1. On to first, a double play. 2 games into the year, we may have the best play of the year. 6-4-3, Bennett to Dutton to Sutherland. And how about TJ Bennett? A tremendous snag going to his left on the one-hop smash, turning a potential extra base hit into a pair of outs. Take another look at the Suki Bowl highlight.
That is, as you said, maybe the defensive play of the year in game number 2. Talk about an impact player. TJ Bennett yesterday going 3 for 5, and while the bat's gone a bit cold today, plays like that are ones that can turn around the game for a team and give a bit of a jolt of energy in the dugout, because it takes away a threat right away, and 2 outs just like that.
And Bennett made the play, but how about Dutton, the second baseman, with the turn very quickly? They needed every millisecond that they got to turn it at first. And something for this Brisbane crowd to cheer about. They haven't had a whole lot of that so far tonight. Maybe a chance to turn the tides and get the momentum shifted in the other direction.
A bit of a delayed cheer after a collective jaw drop.
Hit hard on the ground. This one finds the outfield past the third baseman, Shu. Stephen Welsh has his first base hit of the game, and the inning is extended. How different does this inning look if that 6-4-3 isn't turned?
Yeah, and you know what? How different does it look? Yeah, if that ball gets to the outfield, bases are loaded, or someone scores on that play right here. So that's a completely different story now.
Here's Michael Geddes, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a 2-run homer. Called strike on the outer half.
And just like last night, as the Bandits were trying to pull away, the Bite came up with some nice defensive plays. They came up with a big double play. They come out with a couple big strikeouts as well, too. And the Bandits are returning the favor, albeit in a bit more spectacular fashion with that one.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Geddes chased low and in. Erasmus has had to work here. 10-pitch at bat to Whitefield, culminated in a leadoff walk. Got some defensive help behind him. This will be pitch number 18 of the inning.
And if they can get out of this here with the middle of the lineup coming out to start the 7th and a bit of a positive momentum, look out.
Missing low and away. Can't see if the Adelaide bullpen is active. But you'd have to think that Solbach, if he's not done, he was close to done. Quite the outing for the German righty. 1-2. Driven in the air to right field. Over into the gap is Ellis. And that's a lights high catch. A nice job tracking that liner and making the play for out number 3. Speaking of making plays, there's the Suki Bowl highlight. What a double play turned Bennett to Dutton to Sutherland to rob Mikey Reynolds and the Bite of a potential threat here in the 7th inning. Stretch time at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. It's still 5-1 Adelaide on Bandits.tv.
It's always been you.
It's always been us.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning in Brisbane at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. The Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits trailing 5-1 to the Adelaide Bite. Bandits took game 1 of this series. Adelaide trying to even it up at a game apiece, and as we look around the scoreboard, Sydney leading Geelong Korea 4-1 in the top of the 5th inning. Daesung Koo, the manager of Geelong Korea, apparently ejected from that ball game, pulling his team off the field. I'm sure we will hear more about that around the league in the coming days. Elsewhere, Melbourne and Canberra tied up 1 apiece in the 5th inning, and Perth, off to the late start on the other side of the continent, hosting Auckland later this evening.
In a historic game there, too.
First game for the Tuatara, and we will be taking them on. The Bandits will next weekend in Auckland. Wade Dutton behind in the count 0-2.
A historic first road trip for the Brisbane Bandits as well. I know that was a series that I think all the teams wanted, to be the first team to go to New Zealand and play there, and I'm sure there will be a great buzz in the crowd.
Fouled at the plate. Dutton is 0 for 2. He was part of the tremendous 6-4-3 double play in the top half of the inning, second baseman. And the Bandits are looking to get Marcus Solbach out of the ball game. Hit hard on the ground towards third, it's foul, and the at-bat stays alive.
Well, the goal from Chris Adamson, as he said at the beginning of the game, was to get distance out of Solbach so he can have a few relievers up his sleeve in the doubleheader tomorrow, with 2 Aussies getting the start as well, and get a bit more creative with how he manages that game. And he's, well, successful so far. He's got into the 7th with 8 strikeouts.
Dutton cracked his bat on that last foul ball. He retreats to the dugout to get a new one. Count remains 0-2. Dutton, Lutz, and Sutherland, 4, 5, and 6 for the Bandits in the home half of the 7th inning. 0-2, called strike 3 on the outside corner. 4 straight strikeouts for Marcus Solbach, and the last 2 are looking. 9 in total for the night, and in this young season, it's probably the best pitching performance around the league so far.
9 strikeouts, 1 earned run, and it's a big turnaround. We were talking in the 5th inning, we were a little bit worried because 3 hard-hit balls, and, well, 4 hard-hit balls. 1 was a home run and 3 outs that were pretty hard-hit balls as well, too. And then he comes back, and no one's been able to put it in play.
Here's Donald Lutz. He's 1 for 2. Hard smash off the glove of the first baseman, McCardle, and then a swinging strikeout. First pitch is fouled back off the screen, and it rebounds right back into the batter's box. Good thing Lutz didn't turn an ankle stepping on the baseball. From the wine, here's Solbach. On the outside corner, and it's been strike after strike after strike. 85 pitches now for Solbach, 62 of them for strikes.
Give this man a paintbrush. He is just creating something nice right now for the Adelaide Bite on the mound.
Bounced in the dirt, and that's a good 0-2 chase pitch, even though Lutz didn't offer.
One of the most relaxed characters that I've encountered with this Adelaide Bite team. Everything about him. He's just very chilled out, easygoing, friendly.
1-2 misses outside, and the count is 2-2.
And evidently can throw a baseball.
Developed and drafted out of Germany. Once property of the Minnesota Twins. 2-2 misses high, and the count runs full. David Sutherland, who has the home run for the lone run of the game for the Bandits tonight, he waits on deck. Payoff pitch, and it is a walk for Donald Lutz. Second time on base for the big DH today. And here comes a mound conference between the catcher Edwards and the pitcher Solbach.
And we don't have vision down of the Bite bullpen. You wonder if this also just buys a little bit of time. It'll be interesting to see for the Adelaide Bite how the dynamic goes with a young pitcher, an 18-year-old in Mitch Edwards. I know he'll be getting guidance from Chris Adamson, who was a former catcher himself, as well as veteran pitchers that the Bite are just chock full of. You had Kurt Heyer last night, Marcus Solbach tonight. It'll be a sort of a team effort, I think, in getting Mitch acclimated here, and managing a game at these moments is a big learning curve right here for a kid like Mitch.
Quick mound conference, but what they did talk about likely revolved around the man at the plate, David Sutherland. He takes low and away ball 1. Sutherland with a line drive home run down the right field line. Probably didn't get more than 20 feet above the ground, but it got out of here in a hurry. Sends the next pitch foul, 1-1.
And they're one swing of the bat away from really making this a ball game right here.
Just 1 run on 2 hits for the Bandits. Sutherland takes low and away. Ryan Battaglia waits on deck. Bandits have a couple bench options, but game 2 in the season, these guys are the starters for a reason. Here's the 2-1 to Sutherland. Called strike on the inside corner, it's 2-2.
Good pitch to get back into the at-bat here for Solbach. Starting to throw a few more balls than what he's thrown in the previous 6 innings.
Next pitch will be number 94 on the night for the righty. 2-2, and just taken inside. Sutherland almost offered at it, but held up just in time. The count runs full. Battaglia waiting on deck, trying to come up, perhaps with 2 men on base. Payoff pitch to Sutherland. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Mead to second for 1. On to first, a double play. Lutz was sent in motion, but that ball was tattooed. 1 hop to Mead, and a 4-6-3 ends the 7th inning. How about Marcus Solbach as we take a look at the Suki Bowl replay? 7 innings of 1-run, 2-hit ball, and Adelaide well on their way to their first win of the year.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire?
Welcome back to One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus in Brisbane. Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits trailing the Adelaide Bite by a score of 5-1 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Eric Balnar and Eric Bramer with you for the first broadcast of the season here on Bandits.tv. Justin Erasmus out for a second inning of work in relief, and he delivers low and away ball 1 to Jordan McArdle. McArdle 0 for 2 with a walk. He'll be followed by Mitchell Edwards and Angus Roger as the Bite look to extend their 4-run lead.
And the Bite looking to go 1-1 in a season for the first time in 4 years. They have started off 0-2 for the last 3, so it'll be a very different feel if they can just get a win early. I'm sure it takes a lot of pressure around sort of that hoodoo that's around the clubhouse around the Adelaide Bite starts to a season.
There's a called strike from Erasmus. 2-1 now the count. Erasmus labored in his first inning of work, the top of the 7th. No runs allowed, but 19 pitches, and he benefited from some stellar defense behind him. Called strike on the outside corner makes it 2-2. Bite got out to an early lead in this one. Aaron Whitefield led off the ball game with a double, came home on Mikey Reynolds' double. Michael Geddes with a 2-run homer made it 3-0 Adelaide at the end of 1. 2-2 pitch, bounce in the dirt, and the count runs full.
The top of the lineup for the Bite certainly has done their part. Good opportunity here for the bottom to make their mark on the game and try to put a nail into the coffin. And keep hammering away here.
7 of the 8 hits for Adelaide coming from the top 4 spots in the order. Called strike 3 as McArdle thought it was ball 4. First strikeout of the game for Erasmus. It is a Skyfleet Hino strikeout. And it should go without saying, but there's a big difference between a leadoff walk and a leadoff strikeout in a situation like this.
Yeah, dramatically different for both teams depending on whatever side of the coin that you're on.
Well framed by the catcher Ryan Battaglia, as we could see in that Suki Bowl replay.
And since that third inning, you got to give a lot of credit to Ryan Searle and now Justin Erasmus, and with an assist to some fantastic Bandits defense, to just keeping the Bandits in the game and still within striking distance.
1-0 pitch, lifted foul out of play left side. Good defense on both sides of the ball. Aaron Whitefield hauled in a nice play in left center field at the warning track.
And a nice double play to end the inning and a threat for the Bandits' last half inning.
Here's the 1-1. Edwards jammed, little pop-up, and coming off the mound is Erasmus to make the play. That is tougher than it looks because countless pitchers have tripped going from that elevated surface of the mound to the flat surface of the infield turf. Erasmus handled it well. As a righty, he falls off on the first base side, so he had to cover a little bit of ground. He does it well, as we see on the Suki Bowl replay. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the 8th inning for Erasmus, and that'll leave it to Angus Roger. Roger 0 for 3, flew out to center his last time up.
2015-16 All-Star Angus Roger led the team in home runs last year. Batting average, he'll tell you, was not where he wanted it to be. But he's had a very impressive Super League in Adelaide as well as the local Division I competition. So he's been hot locally. Now he's just got to translate it up to a level that is given a notch above.
0-1, taken low. Once again, a doubleheader will end this 4-game series tomorrow. First pitch of Game 1 at 2:30. Game 2 follows at 6 o'clock.
And if you're in Brisbane, you've got to get down to watch these ball games. And if you can't make it or you're in Adelaide, you know the place to tune in and watch on bandits.tv. But you've got the feeling like it's going to be the makings of one of those classic summer days with the way the first 2 games have gone. They sort of feel like arm wrestles between the 2 teams, not much between them to this stage so far.
2-1 taken up and away. Nicholas Schumpert waits on deck. Good crowds on hand, both last night for the opener and again tonight. There's something romantic, nostalgic, whatever you want to call it, about day baseball. You get a chance to do that a couple times this year as the Bandits play doubleheaders most home Saturdays. Hot smash towards third, fielded by Shu, and an on-target throw towards first gets Angus Roger for out number 3. Bandits infield has done their job and then some tonight as we take another look at the Suki Bowl replay. Destined for extra bases down the line, but Shu Chi Hung had other thoughts. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning in Brisbane. It's still 5-1 Adelaide on bandits.tv.
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?
Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits are running out of time. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Adelaide on top by a score of 5-1. And guess who? It's Marcus Solbach still out there for the bite, turning in the performance of the season in his first start of the season. 7 solid innings, 1 run on 2 hits with 9 strikeouts. It seems he's gotten stronger as the game has gone along. It helps to have an early lead, as Solbach has had all night tonight. But credit where credit's due, he has silenced a very potent Bandits offense. Bottom third of the order for Brisbane due up. Ryan Battaglia, Daniel Nielsen, and Mitch Ellis looking to start a rally.
Games are very few and far between when the Bandits score only one run, and there's still 2 innings, so there's still lots of time to change that one around. But as you said, when you saw him come back on the mound, why not?
Battaglia sends it into shallow center. Too far for Meade, the second baseman. And not particularly well struck, but it counts just the same. Ryan Battaglia has a base hit. He's now 1 for 3.
Baseball's a funny, funny game. You can go back to a few moments, especially in that 5th inning where the Bandits were caught at the wall. 2 of them were caught at the wall. One was just tagged straight to a batter before, and then you get, I don't want to call it cheap, but that's what it was. It was a cheap one out towards center field. Baseball's a weird way of evening things out, and a hit's a hit, and you're going to take that, and here come the Bandits.
In that 5th inning, it was Battaglia who hit one on the screws to the third baseman, Welsh. Turned into an out, and over the course of a season, those things do tend to even themselves out. Daniel Nielsen, left-handed hitting left fielder, was robbed of extra bases by Aaron Whitefield his last time up in center field. He's 0 for 2 in total with a pair of flies to center.
And Bite fans at home, if you're hearing the name Daniel Nielsen and thinking, Daniel Nielsen? Yes, that is Daniel Nielsen. He was a relief pitcher for the Adelaide Bite for a couple seasons, last pitched for the team in 2016, and now he is in the lineup for the Brisbane Bandits.
1-1 chopped foul up the first base line.
Great character, Daniel Nielsen as well. Sort of loved by Bite fans. He did the world's greatest shave on field during one of the games and had his head shaved for charity, which shows sort of the guy that he is as well, too, in front of all the fans.
Looking for a big hit here. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 10 strikeouts for Marcus Solbach in his first start of the year.
Fantastic performance for Marcus Solbach. And the beginning of the season for ABL fans, there's always a fun time getting to know a few new players. And Marcus Solbach is an old face for a few foes of teams. And he's just become a big friend, I think, in the eyes of Adelaide.
Mitch Ellis swings and misses at the first offering. Of those 10 strikeouts, half of them in the 6th inning or later.
And you don't see that too often. Usually it's earlier in the game, and then he sort of gets figured out.
On the inside corner, it's quickly 0-2 to Ellis, who's 0 for 2.
And that's one of the reasons he's been doing so well, is so often you have been saying, inside corner, 0-2. He's getting ahead in counts early and making the batters work.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 11 for Marcus Solbach. He is cruising along deep into the ball game. 2 outs now in the 8th inning.
11 strikeouts. We're going to have to start getting up the stat sheets to see what one of the record strikeouts per game is for the Adelaide Bite. The last time I can remember double-digit strikeouts for a starter was Morgan Combs for the Adelaide Bite back in the 2014-15 season. Doesn't happen very often from a starter. So Marcus Solbach doing a fantastic job.
Another look on the Suki Bowl replay a moment ago. And before the next at-bat, with Andrew Campbell due up, a brief conference on the mound.
And that is former big league pitcher and pride of South Australia, Luke Prokopec, out on the mound, having a chat with Marcus Solbach. Going for a bit of a game plan. This will be his 4th time through the lineup, and again, it's a completely different story going through it the 3rd time, and you're going through it the 4th. It's always a tough decision as a manager, because if you leave him in, and something goes wrong, then you say, well, it was the 4th time through. And if you leave him in and it goes right, then it went great. If you bring in a reliever and he allows a hit, then you should have left him in. It's really a no-win situation. I think you just got to roll with the guy that's hot.
Campbell quiet tonight, 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts, but in yesterday's season opener, he began the season with a solo homer, added an RBI single later on, and reached base in total 4 times. Just one of those guys who always seems to find his way into the ballgame. Battaglia is still at first, 2 down in the 8th inning. First pitch swinging is Campbell. He sends it on the ground towards second. Moving to his left is Meade, and he throws onto first. whatever Prokopek said, it worked. 1 pitch, 1 out, and 8 stellar innings for Marcus Solbach sends us into the top of the 9th inning. It is still 5-1 Adelaide.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Top of the 9th inning coming up in Brisbane at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Kooran Cove Brisbane Bandits have been silenced by Marcus Solbach. 8 3-hit innings for the righty. And now on for the top of the 9th inning in an Alderley higher pitching change is Cameron McVeigh. Justin Erasmus went 2 scoreless innings, the 7th and the 8th, allowing 1 hit, striking out 1 and walking 1. Good defense behind him, but that's par for the course with this Brisbane Bandits team. McVeigh, 30 years old, out of Glendora, California. Second round draft pick in 2011 by the San Francisco Giants. And he will try and keep it a 4-run deficit for the Bandits going to the bottom of the 9th inning. He will face 8, 9, and 1 in the 9th, beginning with Nicholas Schumpert, followed by Curtis Mead and Aaron Whitefield. For Adelaide, 3 runs scored in the first, 2 more in the third. In total, 5 runs on 8 hits. They've left a couple men in scoring position, 2nd and 3rd in the 3rd, a runner at 3rd in the 5th, and a runner at 2nd in the 6th inning. So far, they haven't paid the price, and as long as Marcus Solbach is on the mound, they should cruise to victory the way the righty has been throwing the ball tonight. Schumpert 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Last time up, he was hit around the hands with a pitch and took first, promptly stealing second before he was stranded to end the inning. Ball 1 misses to the right-handed hitting left fielder. Big swing and a miss. That was a home run cut if I have ever seen one. Schumpert, property of the Atlanta Braves, has a lot going for him, and power is one of those tools.
Important couple outs here for the Bandits, knowing that it does get turned over to Whitefield. So if a runner's on base and you get Whitefield and Reynolds with a sniff, it's going to be a big trouble. So these first 2 outs this late in the ball game, in the last, really paramount that they get it done.
2-1 the count. McVeigh delivers, and it's fouled at the plate. 2-2. After a couple innings, Eric, you and I have both on the air suggested that it would be the end of the night for Solbach, but he has just kept coming out and coming out, and that persistence from Chris Adamson has been rewarded. Pitch misses inside and the count runs full. Schumpert may be tired of having all these pitches inside on him tonight.
Well, I've been told right now that the record actually was last year for strikeouts in a game for the Bite with Rio Cura striking out 12 batters.
So 1 more to tie it. Fouled at the plate again.
Double digits is no easy feat. And complete games in the ABL is not something you see too often either. So we'll see if he comes out with a short leash, I'm sure. But he is hot.
Winning the game, the most important thing for the Bite. Line right back up the middle, and Schumpert has his first base hit of the evening. Went 1 for 3 last night. That was a rocket right back up the middle.
And now you feel like you're tempting fate a little bit here if you are the Bandits. Curtis Mead starting the season 0 for 6. And people in South Australia will tell you this is the best number 9 hitter in the entire competition, and it's not even close in their opinion. A guy that hit over 370 last year who's dropped down to the 9 hole. I know he's 18 years old, but 0 for 6 outs in a row doesn't happen often for Curdy, so you feel like he's due.
Swing and a miss on the first offering from McVeigh, 0-1. And Bandits.TV saw Nicholas Schumpert again looking over across the diamond for signs. He stole second his last time on first base with a 4-run lead. You wouldn't think this would be a situation. He stays put here, and it again is fouled back, 0-2. That is a ConocoPhillips foul ball, one of many we've had so far tonight. Before the 0-2, a check of the runner at first, and Schumpert dives back safely. The big sliding glove is on the left hand for Schumpert. But when you're diving back towards first, it's the right hand that is exposed to cleats or bases or whatever may stand in your way. The 0-2. Inside, breaking ball. Trickles away from Battaglia, but he keeps it in the dirt. And Schumpert stays put. McVeigh on the first base side of the rubber. Shakes off Battaglia. Now accepts the next sign. Hit in the air towards left field and deep. Nielsen drifting towards the line. Long run, makes the fair ball attempt, but it pops out of his glove. That'll go as an error on Daniel Nielsen. Advancing a base to second is Schumpert. Mead reaches at first. First and second, nobody out for the bite, and that is a rare defensive miscue for the Bandits.
And that's one of the ones that I don't know if it got high enough to get out of the range of the lights. It was very high in the air as it went out there, but he certainly didn't look comfortable drifting over there, like he didn't know exactly where it was, might have misjudged it slightly, but talked about this at the beginning of the inning. These first 2 outs very important because now you've got Whitefield, Reynolds, and Welsh as the next 3 men up to bat. And Welsh just broke a slump with his first hit. Whitefield's having a ball game to remember, and Mikey Reynolds has just caused havoc in the first 2 games.
Those 3 guys have 5 of the team's 9 hits so far tonight. And Aaron Whitefield, leader in the clubhouse for the team MVP tonight, takes inside. Whitefield 2 for 3, double, a homer, and a walk. Runner takes off towards third, but ball is hit towards third to second for 1, on to first, almost a triple play. Shu, the third baseman, with the runner bearing down on him, got the force at third through to second, and if not for the speedy center fielder Aaron Whitefield hustling down the line, that would be a tailor-made triple play.
My goodness, I haven't seen a triple play live before, and I know I'm from Adelaide, and is it wrong for me to say I was sort of cheering for it?
Scored a 5-4 double play.
And a fantastic play defensively again from the Bandits, and they have really stood tall to keep their team alive because the Bite have been pressing. They just can't seem to bust down the door and pull away. If the Bandits do come back and the Bite lose it, the Bite will be able to look back on a multitude of opportunities where they could have pulled away. But they do have a 5-1 lead, and their pitcher, and you said Whitefield's the leader of the clubhouse, their pitcher's got 11 strikeouts.
Yeah. Position players-wise, Whitefield's the guy, but tough to take it away from Marcus Solbach. Mikey Reynolds is 2 for 4 with an RBI double in the first. He sends a line drive down the right field line, but it turns foul, and the count is 1-1.
Well, Aaron Whitefield's been on base now 4 times in the ballgame versus former club. Giving a nice little reminder to the fans here about what is not on their team this year. He's a gamer, Aaron Whitefield, and a winner everywhere he seems to go. Namely, he won a minor league championship just with his minor league club this past year. And Bandits fans will be quick to tell you how many they've won in a row as well.
Bandits still have time for the comeback, but 3 outs separate the Bite from their first win of the year. 1-1 coming from McVeigh. Fastball misses inside.
Two outs in the inning, and we'll get a question answered, if Solbach will come in. Alex Jacobs, the media guy for the Bite, letting us know that only 2 complete games in Adelaide Bite history. Ruzek in 2010-11 and Darren Fidge in 11-12.
Whitefield takes off for second. Pitch is fouled up the third base line. 2-2 the count.
So it's been 6 years since the last complete game. That does not include 7-inning games, however. Bit of a different story.
But I think a part of the story that should be told, a 7-inning complete game, while it is technically a complete game, is not nearly as difficult as going the full 9. McVeigh 1 strike away from escaping the 9th inning without any runs allowed.
I'm really enjoying this game because it really does have the feel that it's 2 good teams out here. Both teams in their first 2 games of the season have made some spectacular defensive play, timely hitting, bullpen.
And Reynolds chases strike 3 low and away. McVeigh with a strikeout, a Skyfleet Hino strikeout to end the top of the 9th inning. And the Bandits will try and wake up the bats and prevent Marcus Solbach from going the distance in this game. Back after this on Bandits.tv.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Marcus Solbach is done after 8 outstanding innings. The righty allowed just 3 hits and 1 run while striking out 11, 1 shy of an Adelaide Bite franchise high. Coming on in his place in an Alderley higher pitching change is Ryan Chaffee. It is not a save situation, but it might as well be with the first win of the season on the line for the Bite. Chaffee, 30 years old, an American out of Bellevue, Nebraska, and he will face 2, 3, and 4 in the Bandits lineup, Bennett, Chu, and Dutton.
And you can't really blame Chris Adamson for taking out Solbach, even though it has been one of the best pitching performances in Bite franchise history. But TJ Bennett, Chu, Dutton, Lutz, Sutherland, those are the next 5, and all 5 of them need to do something if the Bandits are to win those games, and those are 5 of the best players in the Australian Baseball League. You got to have a fresh guy come in there. It'd be their 4th time going through. You understand the move.
A lot of numbers look good in the line for Solbach, and likely a W will be next to his name at the end of the night. But the one that stands out to me, just 1 walk allowed. And the thing that tends to get pitchers when they are handed an early lead and they give it back is they can't find the strike zone. Only 1 walk over 8 innings shows that he was attacking the strike zone all night, and that perhaps more than anything else is why he found success tonight.
And I'd be curious to see his strike-to-ball ratio as well, too.
It was pretty good last we checked. Here's TJ Bennett, who made an outstanding play defensively at shortstop, but at the plate is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
And the crowd arcing up as well, too. So, and this is the guy that can really get it done. TJ Bennett 3 for 5 last night. not a guy that gets out every time he goes up to bat either. And he's got 3 strikeouts. Again, a guy that you feel is due for something big.
Bennett strikes out. 4 strikeouts and 4 trips to the plate after an outstanding start to his season last night. And for Ryan Chaffee, that eases the blood pressure just a little bit, getting that big first out.
It's always curious, and I've been around the league for about 4 years now, but whenever imports come in, it's interesting to see who's nervous, who's relaxed, who's coming in. It's a scary thing coming in as the new guy in a foreign country on the mound for the first time, so I'm sure people are watching with eager eyes how Chaffee's doing.
Suki Bowl replay gives us the location of that pitch. Here's Shu Chi-hung. Shu 0 for 2. He drew a walk his first time up, and he is ahead in the count, 2-0. Trying to get a base runner on, because you can't get runs without base runners, trailing by 4 in the 9th.
This guy oozes swagger, doesn't he?
He rips one into the right field corner, down for a hit, and it should go for extra bases. Off the wall, retrieved by Geddes, but it is a stand-up double for Shu Chi-hung, his first hit of the regular season in a Bandits uniform.
We've talked a lot about how Game 1 and Game 2 have mirrored each other, but in reverse. In a similar way to last night, the Bandits this time have a runner in scoring position, just like the Bite did last night, and felt like they had the momentum going their way. The Bandits were able to shut it down with Luke Van Mill on the mound, their closer. Let's see what Ryan Chaffee can do for the Adelaide Bite with Wade Dutton coming to the plate.
Just the 4th hit of the game for the Bandits. Here's Wade Dutton, who is 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Dutton swings to the first pitch and sends it deep towards left field. Off the warning track and off the wall. Rounding third and coming home is Shu. Into second with an RBI double is Wade Dutton. And the Bandits are not done yet. It's 5-2.
Some clutch hitting from the guy that you put number 4 in the lineup for a reason. And just like the Bite did last night, the Bandits have got themselves within striking distance with a big bat coming to the plate.
That big bat is Donald Lutz. Lutz is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. If he can reach, that'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of David Sutherland on deck. Sutherland with a homer back in the 5th inning. Lutz with a big swing and a miss.
And a nervy time for the Adelaide Bite. This is just a win that you want to have so badly. Get through the first 2 games with a 1-1 record. Get a win on the road versus the most dangerous team in the competition, and just relax a little bit more knowing that the early season starts to feel like they're halfway gone.
Through the 5-hole of Edwards and advancing 90 feet is Wade Dutton. He now stands at 3rd. You want to get that win for yourself, Eric. You want to get it for the mojo of the team, but you also want to get it for your teammate Marcus Sobach, who pitched so well tonight, just completely pitched his tail off. He deserves a win, and the bullpen trying to complete that for him.
Still in a great position. It's 5-2, and there's only 2 outs remaining. Anytime there's more runs than outs on the board, you feel pretty good, but they are 1 swing of the bat away from being 1 swing of the bat away from tying this one up.
After the wild pitch, the ball misses high. It's 2-1 now to Lutz. Second baseman Meade playing way back in the outfield, respecting the power of Lutz. And a powerful swing comes up empty. It's 2-2. Seven of the 9 batters in the Bandits lineup are left-handed. Lefty-heavy attack, and Lutz perhaps the biggest bat when he can get into one. The 2-2. Bounced in the dirt this time. Edwards keeps it in front of him. But the count runs full with first base open, and the tying run on deck in the form of David Sutherland.
Now they're just a pitch away from being a swing of the bat away.
And Lutz did draw a walk his last time up. He has a good eye at the plate. Veteran presence, both on the field and in the clubhouse.
And the guy on deck has taken a Bite pitcher deep already. Nervy moments, and you can sort of feel it in the air a little bit. The tides have changed.
Let's request time at home plate. That'll add to the nerves, throwing Chaffee off of his rhythm. The payoff pitch to Lutz. Driven to center field. Whitefield coming on, he makes the catch. Tagging at third and coming home is Dutton. The throw to the plate is not in time. Dutton made the gamble, tagging at third, but he comes home, just beating the throw from Whitefield. It is a 2-run ball game. Adelaide's lead cut to 5-3.
Hate to sound like a broken record, but we've talked all night about how these games have mirrored each other. What was the final score of last night's game?
It was 5-3. But it seems Adelaide will take that trade and out for a run. That run didn't matter much at this juncture in the game. Luke Prokopek coming out to chat things over again with Ryan Chaffee. Ninth inning began with a strikeout, a quick strikeout at that, of TJ Bennett, but then a double off the bat of Shu Chi Hung. Wade Dutton with an RBI double to left field. Donald Lutz put one on the screws to center field, caught by Whitefield. But Dutton, who had taken third on the wild pitch, scores on a sac fly. Lutz will not be charged with an at-bat. And he drives in his first run of the year.
And in that shot there, you can see a very nervy Adelaide Bite brass sitting in the front row, watching it as well. Anxious times right now.
David Sutherland takes a called strike. He represents the last hope for the Bandits. Sutherland, 1 for 3. And now behind in the count 0-2. That one was a big one. A line drive homer down the right field line. Right now, the Bandits just need a base runner to get to Ryan Battaglia waiting on deck. Chaffee delivers the 0-2. And Sutherland swings through the pitch high and away. The Adelaide Bite on the strength of Marcus Solbach pull away with their first win of the year. 5-3 the final over the Bandits in Brisbane. Eric Balnar, quite the win for the Bite and quite the outing for Marcus Solbach.
Yeah, Marcus Solbach, you feel absolutely the player of the game in this one when you go 11 strikeouts, 3 hits, 8 innings pitched. Just the start the Bite needed. Bite fans know the slow starts they've had in recent years, and this by no means means that it's going to be a series win or even a split, but at least they're 1-1 right now, and at least they can come to the ballpark tomorrow not feeling the same amount of pressure that they felt in recent years.
Solbach the win, Searle the loss. No save, though Chaffee gets the job done in the 9th, allowing 2, but preserving the victory. Your final score, the Adelaide Bite 5, the Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits 3 here at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Back tomorrow for the final 2 games of this season opening series. Game 1 of the doubleheader at 2:30, Game 2 at 6 here on Bandits.tv. For Travis Blackley and Eric Balnar, I am Eric Bramer, signing off. Thanks for watching, and catch us tomorrow afternoon.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
It's always been you.
It's always been